This is a perfect example of why whoever you have representing you in the purchase and the sale of a home needs to know what the hell they're doing. Because if things don't go as planned and the shit hits the fan, your contract better be ironproof, and more importantly, your broker / realtor needs to understand the laws so you don't stress out. Let me explain. All right, so here's the background. So I have some clients that they want to sell their home that they currently live in, buy a bigger home because their family's growing. That's a common thing that happens. But they have requirements, and those requirements is that it's got to be bigger, obviously, because their family's growing. So we end up finding, so this is in September of last year, 2023, we end up finding a new development where they're going to get a new house. They don't have to worry about fixing it, upgrading it in the neighborhood they want, in the school district they want, and kind of in the price point they want. They tell us that the house should be ready by November 30th. Perfect. So once we find that house, we put their house on the market. It pretty much sells within the first weekend, multiple buyers, all of that. We explained to the buyer that, the new buyer, potential buyer, that, hey, we need, if we're going to close by October, we need a rent back. In essence, my clients need to stay in the house until the end of November until they get their new house. So we put in the contract that they don't need to move out until they get the keys to the new house. This is key, and I'll explain why at the end. So October, November comes around. So we close escrow on the sale of their house because that developer's putting a lot of pressure on us that they want to see the funds in the account. So we close escrow, do the rent back. End of October, beginning of November comes around, and it becomes obvious that the house isn't going to be ready. And now they're saying end of December. So now there's an extra month that was not expected. So we tell the buyers they are not happy because they are renting and they had already submitted when they were going to move out. But it is what it is. We figure it out. Nobody's happy, but we figure it out. So, okay, end of December. Mid-December, it comes out that it's not now till February because there's been rains that are coming in, storms, supply issues, whatever. So now they're saying mid-February. Now that creates all sorts of problems because we expected it to be just, okay, 1 month we can deal with. But now multiple months creates legal challenges. So the buyers are not happy. The new owners are not happy. My clients are not happy, but we got to deal with it. So the new buyers of their home hire a property management company because now they own this house and there's a tenant that's there for more than 30 days. When you are in a house pretty much 30 days or more after you sell it, now it creates different legal challenges because in essence you're a tenant now. So they went ahead and created they hired this property management to deal with it. So this property management gets hired and they want to sign a lease contract and they want it to be a month to month. And my clients are hesitant about it because what does that mean? So I tell them, don't stress. This is normal. You're giving a month to month. That way they can't evict you because you don't own the house anymore. After going back and forth, they finally decided to sign it and pay the rent that was already pre-negotiated, which again will be brought up at the end why that's so important. And we go off. Well, it's a good thing we did that because there was 2 more delays. The clients didn't move in till March, move into their new house and move out of the old house till March. It pissed off the buyers, the new owners of their house so much that they served her a 60-day notice. In essence, after 60 days, they can evict. Because we have the property lease contract in place, it protected them. They couldn't just be evicted. And as I explained to them, even with a 60-day, that's just permission to start the eviction process, assuming it goes to court and they win. So there's still a long process. So that agreement protected them from the buyers, because the buyers were very clear that they were pissed. They did not want to wait for the my clients to move out, and they wanted to evict them. And I said no. And luckily, at the end, it did not. And there was other issues throughout this process, but the key to this whole thing, and the thing you must understand why having a experienced real estate broker or agent in this is because my clients were protected. One, the contract stated they didn't have to move out till they got the keys. So that, if we ever went to court, that's all we had to show, and there's no way they could be evicted. That doesn't mean that they wouldn't have tried, but they wouldn't have won. So that's one. That was put in the contract. The property management company had to honor it. Now, they tried to say, well, we have nothing to do with the sale of the house. We're only managing it. Yes, but your clients have a contract with those sellers stating they don't have to move out till they get the key. So that's the first thing. The second thing, we put a price of what the rent back amount would be, what the monthly rent would be. They tried to increase it to what their mortgage was. Well, that's their fault for not negotiating that upfront. So it didn't cost my clients more money. Okay? It did not. Because they wanted to negotiate for more money. So that's the second thing. And then the last thing is having a backup plan. I told my clients, worst case scenario, our backup plan is we go rent somewhere, we move, we put your stuff in storage. So we had discussed it. Now, in their situation, the backup plans were really last ditch efforts if we had to, because they had just had a baby and they already had another baby. So 2 babies. It would be moving too much. Moving into another house and moving to another house. It would be too much. So that was only worst case scenario. So the new owners of the house were extremely pissed at us. The buyer's agent was pissed at me. The property management company said I was interfering. Why were they saying this? Because contractually we had them. Contractually, I protected my clients. They knew it, and they could not do anything about it. They tried at the end to do other little things to try to get some of the deposits, saying that there was dog poop and some trash in the garage. So I just sent some of my people to go take care of it, so she would get her full deposit back. My point is, shit like this is going to happen. It's going to happen. There's no way around it. It's going to happen. But if you have someone who's calm, understand laws, and can anticipate things, then it will protect you. If I would have never expected there to be a delay, if I would never expected issues down the road, they would have been protected. And on November 30th, when it was extended to December, end of December, after December, my clients probably would have had to move out, or they would have been evicted. Because the buyers were playing hardball because they wanted to move into their house. So, moral of the story is this. Experience allows me to anticipate what could happen and prepare for it. Legally and emotionally. This is where I prove my worth. Not when everything goes smooth, but when the shit hits the fan.